Wow, the tripod is, oh, I'm gonna drop my camera. Good morning. Welcome to day three of the documentary. Am I progressively getting better with these emotions? Am I desensitizing myself? Who knows? All I can tell you is that I am not qualified for this. I knew that this project was well out of my wheelhouse. I just didn't know it was going to be this hard. I knew it was going to be hard. Didn't know it was going to be this hard. It is 10 a.m. I cancelled on my mum's first birthday for her, well, it's not my mum's first birthday, it's her dog's first birthday. I said I can't make it, this is very important to me. I have a family dinner at 6 p.m. It's family friends, family dinner. It's very important I be there. I've also made cheesecake for the family dinner. That's beside the point, but not enough hours in the day, mate. I'm finally at the sewing stage. I am learning about 50 new techniques. Some techniques I've never done before, like how to do a dart. That is like a significant part of these pants because as you saw from the previous video, I really did assume that each leg had 4 panels that came together. Each leg only has 2 panels, but the reason why it has the stitch running through the front of it and the stitch running through the back is because it is a dart that is sewn down. That is increasing the level of difficulty. I don't have the courage or the skill set to start altering a pattern. We do not have time. I just have to try and learn these skills and start applying them. But I can't find a bloody ruler, and I need a ruler for these darts. Do you know what? Time is of the essence. I can't be doing these 20-minute introduction videos anymore. I've got to really crack down and I need to start doing. So we're going to look for a ruler in my house. If I can't find a ruler, well, I'm just going to have to use a book or something. You know, like I don't have time. This is really tough, guys. This is a joke how hard this is. That's what she said. Don't repeat that. Oh my god. This is not a tutorial, it's a documentary. If you have no sewing skills like me, I just want to be able to do it so I can say, hey, we can. We all can. It's not about me. We all can do it. No time to keep waffling on. No time. The tricky part about this pattern for someone that has never done a dart before is every single panel for the legs, that is 4 panels in total, has a dart. Now, I'm going to follow the dart for size 10. I have cut out size 12, but how I'm going to counteract that is I'm going to give myself a greater seam allowance when sewing, and then we can taper it in. I thought that I could make a size 12 and then take it in. I believe we just strive for a size 10. It should have... Oh, we are 1 minute in. What have I done? I'm a brute. I can't believe I did that. Let's ignore that. Let's just get going. We need to draw the darts on the fabric. Holy hell. Oh my god. Laura! Everything. It's something goes wrong all the time. My thumbs are still red from the dye. Not having a ruler is super unhelpful.
And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to transfer darts from your pattern onto your fabric.
I'm progressively getting more and more stressed, but instead of it being chaotic anxiety, it's more so like a crushing feeling of I can't do this. We have to push through. I can't see this being easier without the help of a ruler. I also wouldn't mind getting the purple accenting thread. So if I just go do a trip to the store, get what I need, I can really center myself and give this a red hot crack. All right, I'm back. I also had sushi for lunch because having something on your tummy really does help. I went and bought a ruler, pencils. I also got the metallic thread and a top stitch needle for my machine as requested by the lady. The lady at the store remembered me from my very frantic dyeing day and she's like, how are you going? And I was like, not well. and I'm making pants. And she's like, pants are hard. And I was like, they've got darts in them. I've never done a dart. And she goes, I believe in you. And so because the lady at the store believes in me, I believe in me. And whilst I was eating my sushi, I did more research. I feel so blessed because I just typed in the pattern name onto YouTube and there is a tutorial for the pattern. So that is so helpful because the instructions to me read like blah, 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 blah. I don't understand. But when I see the video, I'm like, okay, I can do this. So things are getting better. What I do want to do is practice doing darts before I do it on the actual pieces. If I do my first ever dart on the jeans, I'll be like, might not be that good. So we're going to practice darts now. To practice my dart, I'm also going to use the exact same width. I'm going to mark that out. A ruler. This rules. Literally. 50 cents.
Now, using a ruler and chalk, connect the bottom of each leg to the dart tip.
Okay. They said to baste it by hand, but like we do not have time. Now we have to tie it like a shoelace. It's a little wonky because I'm not great, but if we open it, that should be... Oh! I did my first dart, bro. Look! We did it! Oh my word. This was not as hard as I made it out to be. This documentary is a real reflection that my anxiety is not helpful and I don't need to feel this way. I can just try and do. Wow, that's really deep. Hey, we haven't finished the pants. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm up to trying a pin tuck. So what I did is I folded my test fabric in half and I ironed that to create a line instead of drawing on the fabric. And I'm just going to figure out how to sew this into a straight line, and that should give us the illusion of the seam running down the front of the pant. This is my dart. The dart ends about here. This is my pin tuck going down. Pin tuck is very strong. At least it is visible. So once the pants are on, that's how it will look. All right, something to keep in mind. Looking at up-close photos of Margot's outfit, it's apparent to me that I don't even think there are pin tucks. They're just two lines going down. I think a pin tuck is a strong seam. We are going by the pattern I have. There is less chance for the pattern to go wrong if I honor the pattern for what it is. So I was experimenting with how I can do an accurate measurement of the pin tuck. That is way too big. Sorry, it's not focusing. I don't think it ever will. Then I experimented with like this 1 mil pin tuck. That is so fine. But at the same time, it looks the best compared to the 2 or 3 or 5. So our aim is to do the smallest pin tuck possible. I think the smallest pin tuck possible, it looks the best, whereas the big ones look really messy. I'm just going to do some more markings before we finally take the pattern off. This is the moment of truth. I'm going to be sewing my first dart into an actual piece. I mean, I've got plenty of fabric to cut out another piece, but the hassle of that is just too much and too time consuming. Oh my God, this camera is never gonna focus on my face ever. So far so good, I'm assuming. The moment of truth for my first dart on the pants. And it is strong. Look at that, that is so nice and clean. There is a tiny point there, but that is going to be lost in the pin tuck. I have pressed my dart in, and now I'm going to line up the notch at the bottom of the pants in half and line that up with the end of the dart, and then I will iron it in half so that I have a guide for my pin tuck. There is an added element of stress to this, which is that if I iron the fabric too long, it discolors because of the dye, and it's been coloring like this peach. And I don't think it's clear on camera, but the fact that I'm seeing it happening is really stressful. Alrighty, so as discussed, I'm going for the smallest millimeters possible. I feel like the pin tuck is actually our biggest mission now. No, that's not. I've already stuffed it up. Oh my god, what have I done? I've already made a mess. I haven't even started. Like, bro, what are you doing? Already off to a cracking start, if I can say so myself. Guys, I never thought I'd be able to do this. This is my dart. This is my pin tuck all the way down the leg. All the way down the leg. Now, I know it's not movie accurate, but my goodness, the effect is stunning. Like, wow, I never thought I'd be able to make pin tuck. That's actually so cool. In a way, you know how I was stressing about only having 2 pieces per leg instead of 4 pieces per leg? It's actually kept it very clean inside, and we have less seams to finish. We've got less moving pieces, less parts. So that has worked out really well. Now, I'm gonna listen to music or a little podcast and finish the other 3 legs, and we can really get our skates on. All 4 pieces have the dart and the pin tuck now. Fantastic. So we're gonna do the inseam, and then we will baste the outside seam, and I'll try it on. Also, can I say, I posted on my Instagram story, I was like, this seam isn't accurate, but I'm really proud of myself. You know, I've done it. Someone messaged me, they're like, it's actually a mock French seam. And I was like, crap, bro, we already started. I've done 3 legs. I can't do a mock French seam now. We've done a pin tuck. And so it's not movie accurate, but remember, the operation is fast and loose, something wearable. So we're not gonna worry about the French mock seam today. Okay, I've pinned the front and the back for both legs. It doesn't line up at the top. The crotch was a little funny, but then when I watched the YouTube video, hers didn't either. So I have a feeling that will come together later. As you can see, I'm gonna sew down here with a seam allowance. It says for 5/8 seam allowance, but I have made a size 12. And I think, honestly, by just eyeballing how big they are, I'm going to give myself a more generous seam allowance so that I don't have to take it in so much that I've kind of already counted that. Okay, they're honestly really starting to look like pants now, which is super cool. So I have sewn the inseam with my generous allowance. And as per that fantastic YouTube video I found, the lady said, hot tip, before you sew the crotch, just do a really loose stitch through here that I can take out to see if the legs will fit. So I'm going to do a stitch length of 4, and I won't back stitch, so I can pull it out and we'll just see if the leg fits. I have made an unbelievable amount of progress today, and I'm very, very, very proud of myself. Bro, to say I have nailed the first fitting is an understatement. I can't really show you everything because obviously I'll be showing the world everything. But, bro, that is with a more generous seam allowance. It is a size 12 with a little bit more seam allowance, and I think that's pretty spot on. Like, it's quite tight, the denim is quite snug, but it will stretch for sure. That's what my friend Mackenzie said. And that's insane. That is insane how well I got that. Wow. And the line is going perfectly down the center. I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked. I did not know I would be at this stage and have done so well by this point. Honest to God, I really did not think I could even do the pants. All right, now that we know that the pants are most likely gonna fit, I need to finish the edges. And I have an overlocker, but it has black thread. I don't know where the white thread is. And considering how kind of see-through it is, I'm nervous that the black thread will show up through the material. We will do an experiment and we will see if it is visible. If it's not, okay. If it is, go get some white thread. Oh my God. Oh, so many issues. Can they just stop being problems? Oh my God. I have not used an overlocker in so long, but what I can tell you is that it is finicky as hell. It's gonna take me an hour just to get it going again. This is my black overlocking thread. As you can see, it's very dark. I finally got it working. It took so long. See if it will show up under the fabric. Just a little bit. I mean, you can still see it though. Can you still see it? I can. Especially if it's stretched, you know? Oh, I think it might be wise to get white thread. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself permission to stop for the day. We are still doing okay. I don't think I am violently behind. I'm definitely behind. I have not gotten as much done as I would have hoped by this stage. However, I really do need to have some breaks now and again. It could be a lot worse. It could be way worse. I'm also still working full-time this week. So a lot of this sewing is going to have to be done at nighttime, which sucks because I won't have any daylight. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for joining this video, as always. Okay, ta-da, bye.